Hey, I forgot my Costco card. Can you swipe yours so I can get gas? It sounds harmless. At one pump, that tiny favor triggered a chain of problems linked to the member's account. Today, I'll show you how that scam works and why the risk exists in the first place. We'll connect the dots, strict membership rules, card restrictions, and why Costco can keep prices so low. I'll also show you the safe way to handle a real forgetful member without putting your account on the line. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. You save 30 to 50 cents a gallon. But what are you paying with besides money? That discount isn't random. It's part of a system built to steer behavior. Costco's profit engine isn't the pump, it's the membership. Fees keep margins healthy. Cheap gas brings you onto the lot, and once you're there, you're more likely to roll the cart inside. The gas station is a front door with a nozzle. It's efficient, fast, and designed to convert a fuel stop into a store visit where the real money gets made. There's a catch that makes the whole thing work. You can only fuel if you're a member. You can only pay with a narrow set of methods: Visa credit, debit, or a Costco cash card. And every transaction links to a member account. That strict access control is not just about rules. It's how Costco keeps the fuel line moving and the data clean. You're not only a customer at the pump, you're an identifiable account that authorizes the sale before you even lift the handle. Limiting payment options does more than simplify signs at the terminal. Fewer networks mean fewer processing variables and tighter fraud screening. The system spends less time validating cards and more time validating members. That keeps fees predictable, but shifts trust onto identity. Your membership becomes the gatekeeper, which is efficient for the retailer and convenient for you. Until something at the pump depends on that identity in ways you didn't expect. The pricing gap tells you why this is sustainable. The spread under local averages is real, and the fuel margins are thin on purpose. The business can hold that line because membership revenue fills the gap. That is why the pump can be cheaper than across the street without cutting corners on quality or service. The discount is not a loss leader. It's subsidized by the fees you already paid to join. Walk the layout, and you'll see how the stations push card in, card out behavior. Lanes are long and straight. Dispensers are high throughput. Screens prompt you in quick steps. The goal is reduce friction, increase volume, and tie each sale to a verified member. When a site runs thousands of gallons an hour, shaving seconds off each transaction matters. A tight loop, verify, pay, pump, go, keeps traffic moving, while reinforcing that every fill-up is an account event, not just a swipe. Quality claims also help sell the trade. Costco promotes top-tier standards with detergent additives, and that's a recognized spec for cleaner injectors and intake valves over time. You're not buying mystery fuel. But the gain at the engine can be offset by the line at the station. Long queues are common, and if you're burning 20 minutes during peak hours, the clock starts to eat the savings. The gas may be cheaper, yet the wait has a cost you actually feel. So the math isn't only cents per gallon. It's time in line, no cash option, and a payment lane that narrows to a few accepted cards. You get price relief, but you give up flexibility, and you rely on your membership to unlock every transaction. That's the bargain. A lower number on the marquee in exchange for a high-trust system built on your ID. Now that you see why the system leans hard on your identity, the next piece falls into place. That same trust link can open a door for a quick favor that turns into a headache at the pump. A stranger asks to borrow your membership for a quick fill. What's the real risk if you say yes? You're at the pump, line behind you. They wave a 20 or promise a quick Venmo, and they say they just forgot their card. It feels like a harmless favor. They're already at a Costco station, so they must be legit, right? They only need your swipe to unlock the pump. Then they'll handle the rest. That's the moment this goes sideways, because the gate isn't the credit card, it's your membership. Here's how the setup usually goes. The driver rolls down the window and says they left their wallet at home, or they lost their card. They offer to pay you cash on the spot. They ask you to swipe your membership to start the pump. Then they'll insert their own payment card. Fast, easy, and you're the hero who kept the line moving. But that tiny favor hands them the one thing the system trusts most, the member credential that ties the fill-up to a real account. The overlooked detail is what creates the opening. Historically, some pumps didn't prompt for a billing zip on every credit transaction at checkout because the member account acted as the primary gatekeeper. When the system treats the membership as the entry ticket, the card verification can be lighter than at a typical station. That's all a scammer needs to combine your legit access with their bad payment. Now develop the play. A thief shows up with a stolen credit card. They can't get past the pump without a valid membership swipe. You provide that membership access, and the terminal now assumes a known, verified user is fueling. With the gate open, the stolen card runs without the usual zip roadblock, and the purchase links to your account event. The receipt and the pump's logs connect the time, lane, and membership to the transaction, even if the charge later gets reversed by the bank. Reports of these encounters tend to follow the same beats: cash offer, urgency, and a request for just the membership swipe. Stations staff attendants precisely to handle these forgotten card moments. The attendant's job is to validate real members on a case-by-case basis and keep non-members from riding on someone else's account. When another shopper steps in, it undermines that control and invites the kind of transaction that turns into a headache days later. What happens next can be messy. Your account is tied to the fueling event. If the payment card turns out to be stolen, the paper trail lands on your membership timestamp. You end up explaining a transaction you didn't benefit from. You might face account flags, temporary holds, or extra scrutiny on future visits, while the system sorts out who actually paid and whether your credential was misused. None of that comes with a quick fix at the pump. Policy norms are clear. Fueling is for members only. Don't share your membership, and don't swipe for others. If someone forgets their card, attendants can verify membership manually and decide whether to assist. That procedure exists to protect you, protect the store, and keep fraudulent activity from piggybacking on legitimate accounts. It's not rude to follow the rules. It's how the platform stays secure. You don't need a confrontation to stay safe. Keep it simple and calm. Say you can't swipe for anyone, then signal the attendant and let them take it from there. If it's a real member who misplaced a card, the staff handles it. If it's not, the situation resolves itself without your account in the mix. You now know the high-stakes moment at the pump. Next, put a number on your time and risk, so your next fill-up is a smart win, not just a cheap price. The savings are real, but the system only works if you guard the key, your membership, every single time. Treat it like a login, not a favor. If someone asks you to swipe, decline, and bring over an attendant who can verify and handle it properly. That keeps your account clean and the station secure. Before choosing Costco, run the full math: your time in line, the payment limits, and the risk of tying every fill-up to your ID. If the total still nets a win, go for it. Want smarter pump options in your area? Comment your city and I'll map the best alternatives.